was a tough pick, picking my favorite betrayal, because to your point, there's been so many ones that have been well executed and well timed. But this one for me, I want to go with several picks
Uh-oh.
for one choice.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with the Judgment Day and all the betrayals that have happened in this group over the years. But I think each one made sense for the timing of it, for what's happening in the group at that time. You think about Edge being taken out by the new blood, as it were, by Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea. And then you see Finn Balor being the one betraying Damian Priest and Dominic betraying Rhea, whether it's over, broken hearts or just championship gold. There was jealousy at play there.
Yeah.
And then you look at recently, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, again, this contempt that built over taking orders and who was in charge. And all these betrayals have led, I think, to bigger payoffs, championship runs, more intriguing storylines. So for me, all the chaos within the Judgment Day, all the multiple betrayals is my pick for some well-executed betrayals.
Oh, definitely. If you really look at it too, it's like everyone that turned on somebody got turned on.
Yeah.
And then now you're looking at, that situation with Roxanne Perez right now. It's like, well, what's going to happen there? So we'll see. For my first pick, or at least for my pick this week for my favorite wrestling faction betrayal, because, it's not always the faction turning on somebody and kicking them out like Saquon this week.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the person saying, I've had enough, and kicking themselves out of the faction.
I've had enough.
And that's why I'm going back to 2023 Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn turning on Roman Reigns, hitting him with the chair, saying he's had enough. If you go back and watch this, it's probably one of the loudest moments probably the loudest moment because everyone wanted Sami to turn, at least on Roman. Everyone wanted to see that title on Sami. I'm a little disappointed with how it kind of finished with a loss for Sami. I really feel like they could have at least brought it out to WrestleMania and kept it go maybe a three-way with Cody, Sami, and Roman. And then, Sami could have taken the pin there.
Yeah.
Because if he's already pinned, then it could have led to Cody and Sami or something. But for that moment and that storyline, it's probably one of the greatest turns of all history.
But also for me, it paid off. You had in that moment Sami saving his best friend, Kevin Owens, from the bloodline.
Yeah.
And those two going to WrestleMania and beating the Usos, getting their long reign with championship belts in the main event of night one.
So it did lead to him.
That's pretty dope.
There we go.
Yeah, man.
And so while a lot of these choices make sense, with the Shield, you have the Judgment Day, you have Sami.
Wait for it.
There are things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
And I think my example here is the New Day.
Yeah.
I had to rewatch this and just seeing Big E's face.
Oh, man.
It hits me every single time.
It broke me.
Like he legit looks like he wants to cry.
Dude,
and
hurts.
I'm like, seeing a big beefy man like that wanting to cry made me shed a little tear.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you take this. This makes no sense.
Man, speaking of things that still hurt, like the New Day breakup, this one for me, it still just makes me angry.
Yeah.
When I think about it, because it made no sense.
Made you hurt.
It made me hurt, and it wasn't great for business.
Oh.
And if those two clues don't give you an idea who I'm talking about the Hurt Business. I'm going back to 2020. I'm talking about MVP, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander. This was a money faction.
Yeah.
They held the world title, the U.S. championship, the Raw tag team titles, the 24/7 RIP title a couple of times. And they were, in 2020, they were the central group on Raw. They were the ones running the show. And then at some point, the decision happened for Lashley to start turning on them. Like, I do things alone. And he beats up Cedric and Shelton, and then MVP leaves the company.
But then they tried to reform the faction too.
They reformed for like a few weeks, and then the next week Lashley turned on them again. It was just like, what is going on here? And it remains to me like this question of what could have been. Like, we could have gotten the Hurt Business and the Bloodline.
Yeah.
We could have gotten the Hurt Business, and if they're still around, the Vision versus the Vision. There's so many things this angle could have gone into, but the Hurt Business is my top Why did you guys split them up? I don't understand it. I'm still asking you guys. Why did you guys do it?
No.
Or your pick, sir.
Well, my last pick for the move that didn't make a lot of sense was another kind of out there pick. It wasn't, like I said, wasn't a faction that broke up.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's more of a betrayal, though. I'm going to go back to 2016 because this is after all the authority stuff, but they needed a new Universal Champion.
Yes.
This is right after SummerSlam. Finn Balor hurt in the match against Seth Rollins, you know, with the buckle bomb getting taken out. Unfortunately, the first Universal Champion had to vacate the title right then and there.
Yeah.
So it led next week to a multi-man match.
Yeah.
I can't remember who the fourth person was, but I know it was Roman Reigns, it was Seth Rollins, and it was Kevin Owens.
I want to say Big Cass was in that match.
That sounds about right, actually. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, Triple H heads down to the ring and he pops the crowd big because he hits Roman
Reigns
with a pedigree.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yes, this is great. We hate you, Roman. And
wait for it.
He picks up Kevin Owens, looks like he's going to give him the pedigree, and turns around and hits Seth Rollins with the pedigree. And this
Crazy moment.
It was a crazy moment. He aligns with Kevin Owens, Triple H and Kevin Owens. Everyone's wondering what could happen. Where is this going? And it just went nowhere.
Zilch.
And, you know, in the past, we've talked about the greatest wrestling mysteries, and this didn't even pop in my head. And I don't know why, because this is just like, what were they doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, it made zero sense at the end of the day, and it went nowhere. And yes, we got a Universal title reign from Kevin Owens, but there could have been a lot more.